Well, I think it's day 4 today. I'm feeling in a bit of a better mood myself. I'm going to see Jill in hospital in about 3 hours time. She's asked me to bring the camera because she's very pleased that people have started responding to our blog, and she wants to be a part of it. So we're going to go and film her in the grounds, and she's going to get her comments and give her comments about what it's like being there, about what it's like coping when all you want to do is kill yourself. Sounds harsh, but that's the actual sad reality of where her mind has been at recently. She's completely safe there. They've reassured me that there's nothing that she can use to hurt herself. She's had silly things taken away, and her mood, her parents went to see her yesterday, and her mood was really increased yesterday night. So she was adamant she didn't want to see her parents, but the reality is that they lifted her mood, and I'm hoping that by me going to see her and her parents and people like that it's actually going to help her on the road to recovery. She's seeing a consultant this morning, and as I said, I'm looking forward to seeing her, keeping things light, trying to lift her mood and encourage her, taking her some post and some more clothes. So things are looking positive today so far, although as I'm learning with this, it can yo-yo, so she could be down and crying by the time I get there, so we shall see. Okay, I've just had a phone call from Jill, and she's not really in a good way. I was just about to leave to go over and see her, but she's down again. She's talking about discharging herself. She says she's got a cold, and they're refusing to give her anything for this cold. And so I'm going to take her out, and I'm going to give her some cough sweets, and if they don't like it, then it's tough, because I don't see why she can't have some cough sweets if she's got a cold. So it's starting to grind on me a little bit what they will and won't do, and just to show you that, you know, 1 minute she can be up, within a couple of hours time she can be very down, and she's down again now. So what was me looking forward to going and seeing her in a good mood is now me worrying what sort of mood she's going to be in, but we'll see when we get there. Okay, I've just arrived at the unit that Jill's in, and on the way here I had a phone call from her saying that she decided she was going to leave and that I'd find her in reception because she'd had enough. So I can't really show you what the unit looks like to protect her really and to protect us, but it's a real shabby place, and I'm going to go in and see Jill now. Okay, so we've just come out of the hospital. We're going to go and get a McDonald's.
Wow. Today is Wednesday the 19th of February, and I'm still feeling appalling. The ward that I'm on is pretty grim actually, and I don't feel very positive and optimistic at all at the moment. Still haven't seen a consultant, still haven't got my meds sorted out. The ward's quite chaotic. There's a lot of very sick people there that are screaming and shouting, and at times I feel like I'm in the Jerry Springer show, seriously. I don't know what else to say really.
What are the other people like that are there? The other patients?
There's a couple of depressed people there that I talk to. There's a couple of very paranoid people that I have to be very careful about what I say to.
What about facilities in terms of...
Facilities are just awful. To be honest, I spend most of my time sat in the corridor. There's a little TV room, but it's really dirty and horrible. And people smoke in there. Then there's a smoking room. And then there's a nice sitting room, but that's used for staff kind of ward rounds and meetings. So my evenings are spent having a bath and then sitting in a corridor.
And tell me about your actual mood at the moment compared to how when you first came to the hospital.
I'd say my mood's the same. I think about suicide every minute of every day really. There's not much difference in that respect.
Do you feel that the hospital is a safer place than being at home?
I'm not sure. I mean, they don't really check on you much. They check on you once an hour.
Once an hour?
Once an hour they check on me. And when they check on me, they quite often don't speak to me. It's just...
So do the care team that are watching you and the other people, do they interact with you at all?
Very little. I mean, there's a really good healthcare assistant called Alan who, you know, makes an effort to interact. And there's a really good nurse called Actor who's very, very good. But that's about it really. I mean, most of the... you can sit in the corridor and not be spoken to, and you know, I asked for my meds this morning and waited 40 minutes because I was feeling very, very suicidal. So I asked for some PRN medication, which is lorazepam, which is meant to kind of calm you down. And I waited and waited and kept knocking on the door. And I waited 40 minutes, and in the end, one of the OT, I said, I'm going to have to go to the pharmacy at this rate and get something. And he said, well, it wouldn't be advisable, but why not? And that's the kind of attitude that you get from the staff, really.
So they let you leave the hospital?
They let me leave the hospital, and I went and bought night nurse.
So, bearing in mind you're voluntary there, and you're not under section, were they not supposed to stop you if you were going to walk out the door? Were they not supposed to question you?
They're supposed to question me, and they're supposed to check if I'm safe, if I'm feeling safe, or if I'm...
And did they do that?
No.
So, effectively, you could have just walked out and done something silly?
Yeah. Yeah.
And does that concern you, or how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel like it's a complete waste of time being in hospital, really.
So do you think now that do you think you'd be better off in a home environment than in a medical environment?
I don't want to be anywhere at the moment. I really don't want to be anywhere. Simple as that, really.
You don't want to be...
on this planet.
Okay.
Can we stop now?
Yeah. Okay, I've just dropped Jill off back into the ward. We went out for McDonald's, tried to get some fresh air after her video diary that you've just seen. In McDonald's she was very drugged up, and I managed to try and make a few jokes and keep her happy, but she wasn't her normal self, except at one point where she came up to me and voluntarily gave me a kiss and told me that she loved me. And it's the first time that she showed sort of any emotion towards me since she's been in hospital, so that was quite tough to hold it together then. But she's just said it again as she's gone back in. So it's given me something that I've been sort of waiting for as a boyfriend, I suppose, just some glimmer of hope that she still cares about me, even though she's got to look after herself. And that gives me encouragement and spurs me on. And I know that she's going to get better soon. So I'm now going to go home and upload the diary blog for today, and tomorrow's another day.